Welcome to Liberty Cooks, where we cook plant-based whole foods to nourish yourself and your family. And I'm Jen. Today we're going to make a banana smoothie. And for me, that's quite similar to ice cream. And let me tell you, I am a huge ice cream person. In fact, when I was younger, my former roommate Monica and I would walk down to the corner store and buy a pint of ice cream, and we would bring spoons with us. And we'd take off the lid and throw it away, and on the stroll home, we would finish the whole pint of ice cream together. So that's the kind of thing we're dealing with here. But I think this banana smoothie really hits the spot. So we're going to be using I have soy milk, but you can use any kind of milk. I really think any kind of plant milk works really well here. Bananas, not fresh bananas, we're going to use frozen bananas. Vanilla, and I'm going to use 2 different kinds of greens. I really think greens add a lot of good nutrients to it, and with the frozen banana, I don't think you can really taste it. So I have kale and some spinach. So let's get started. We're going to start with ripe bananas that I froze. So I froze them in half. So this is 1 half, and this is a second half. So I'll use 1 whole banana. So basically, this is not ripe enough. These are too green. In fact, I think they're too green to eat, but a lot of people, whatever, to each their own. So I let bananas get more ripe than this. For me, a few brown spots is probably a good base for me. But you let bananas get to the ripeness that you want, because that adds more sweetness. And then I peel them and put them in a baggie. I just keep reusing the same baggie. I peel them and put them in a baggie and then put them in the freezer, and then they're ready to go. We're going to start with 1 ripe banana, 2 halves. I chop it up a little bit so that it goes into the blender blades better. Well, that was a good sentence. Blender blades better. Half. And then there's a little bit of ice stuck to the outside of this, but that's fine. We're just going to keep going. Frozen banana is really naturally sweet, and also gives it a really good creamy consistency. That's why I like to use that. And like I said, this recipe has just 1,000 variations, so I'm just doing something that's pretty basic, and I'm putting the recipe that I'm using in the description below. Just wanted to get that on the table. Okay, so soy milk. You know me, I'm not normally a measuring kind of person. I'm not normally a measuring kind of gal, so I'm gonna, I don't know. Gosh, you guys see like so much debate. This isn't even quite a cup, but it's super close. Let's see. Yeah, I'm guessing I would use about half a cup. I'm going to set this aside. We might need more of it. That's about half a cup in there. Then I add about a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're not going to measure that either. I'm just going to do it. Teaspoon of vanilla. And then the greens. So for the greens, like I said, I think greens add a lot of good nutrition. They don't add a lot of flavor, especially spinach and Swiss chard are quite neutral, so they don't add a lot of like bitterness to the smoothie. Kale adds a little bit more bitterness, but I think that the sweetness from the banana really offsets it. So I'll add this much. If I were to break down like a handful of spinach, and let's see, I'm just going to break up the kale. These are small leaves. If they had a big long stem, I pull it off the stem, pull the leaves off the stem, but it's not much of a stem, so I'm going to use that too. I'm going to put more milk in. Okay. We're about close to a cup of milk. So the other thing, before I blend it, the other thing I really like I said, is ice cream. So one way to get a thicker ice cream consistency, and we'll see what this looks like as a smoothie, but one way to get a thicker ice cream consistency is to use a lot less milk, and then use this tamper that comes with the blender, and you just take the center cover off and then push the banana into the blades because it'll be so thick that that you'll end up blending the very bottom part right next to the blades, but everything else will sort of stay stuck on top, and because you won't have enough like liquid to keep everything flowing through. But it does make a really nice soft serve style consistency. Okay, so and I just wanted to talk, so I'll blend this up, but I also just wanted to talk a little bit about how we can solve world hunger. So you could see it was stopped blending, so I'm going to give it a little shake and see if that's enough. Sometimes that's enough. Okay, back to world hunger. So I think we can solve world hunger simply by eating more plant-based foods, because I think that that's going to be so good for the environment, so good for our health. And that's how we can solve world hunger. I did see that there was one part of the kale that stayed stuck on top, but then just dropped in, so I'm going to give it one more run. Awesome. Yeah, so that was a good conversation about world hunger. I think that it's an important topic that we keep talking about. Okay, so you can see it's totally green. I'm going to use this Guinness glass that I have. Totally green. So that's all that kale and spinach nutrients in there. There we go. All right. It's like the McDonald's Shamrock Shake, isn't it? So good. Okay, so, but it will taste different than that. So let's give it a try. This, like I said, is such a simple, basic recipe. The sweetness of the banana just takes over. So it tastes like a banana milkshake to me. But, you can definitely, as you're drinking it, it's like, oh, this is going to taste green. But it really doesn't taste green. And I think if I didn't use the kale and I'd only used the spinach, it would be even, there might be a little bit of bitterness from the kale. But, I don't think it's bad at all. I totally am going to enjoy drinking this. One thing I wanted to mention too is today I have this work trip, or a work lunch that I have to go to today, and I looked at the menu, and I just love the fact that all these menus are posted online, so you can see what's available at the restaurant before you go. And there's like literally nothing that's plant-based. I mean, okay, so they have some salads, but I don't know. It doesn't look like a lot of good options. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have this smoothie after we're done filming. It's like the morning here. I already had breakfast. I'm going to have this smoothie after we're done filming, so I'll have had something kind of in between lunch, breakfast and lunch. This is like banana and soy milk. It's not that big of a deal. So I'll have this, and then that'll get me through lunch, and I'll probably just order a salad and not have any chicken or cheese on it or anything, no croutons, none of that other stuff. I'm also going to bring this small container of lemon tahini dressing we made on one of the other videos. So I'll get to use that today. And then I'll probably have a little something afterwards, maybe in the mid-afternoon. If I'm hungry, I'll bring a little bit of tofu and roasted Brussels sprouts that I already have in the fridge. So then, I think it's all about planning and managing your expectations if you have to go out to eat for some reason. Because a lot of times there really is not something whole food, plant-based that you can order from restaurants. It's beginning to change, but there's still, this place I'm going to today is like a bar and grill kind of thing. That just there's just not a lot of options there. So, okay, so we talked about world hunger. We talked about banana ice cream if you use the tamper thing. We talked about work lunches. I think we got it. I think we got everything figured out. So, again, I hope you enjoy this banana smoothie. I did think of something else I wanted to say. I wanted to talk about some of the different things you can put in the banana smoothie. Probably not lemon tahini dressing, put that aside. But some of the other things that you can put in your smoothie to add different flavors and different textures, different nutrition. I have this, I'm not sure, do you pronounce it cacao or cacao powder? This is super yummy. It's just like this nice neutral chocolate flavor. Almond butter, I love nuts and seeds to put in it. So almond butter or almonds. Chia seeds, I love to put different kinds of seeds. Oh, and then also flax seeds. And you can just put these chia seeds or flax seeds in whole as you're blending it, and it'll just get blended up, so you won't even notice it. Also, other fruit is really good, either fresh or frozen fruit, like frozen berries or frozen pineapple or frozen mango. And if you don't have banana, I think pineapple is also a really good basis for a smoothie because it also has a lot of natural sweetness. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoy your version of a banana smoothie, and maybe it'll even replace ice cream for you. Thanks for watching Liberty Cooks. Bye-bye.